Who do we got on each team? We're gonna take a look at, first of all, Team Dead. Oh my god, I forget that the camera starts out this way. Dead got himself with Lulu. We haven't seen Lulu in quite a while. That's a monk right there. Gladiator monk coming back to the game. We got Prox going up first. Actually, Shinja and Prox. Oh, it looked like those are going to work out. But Shinja looking like a Destro Warlock, I want to say. We got Stun Slav X as an Assassination versus who do we got? It's going to be Feral versus Feral Hamburger. We got Giant Low in here. We got Dirks Brian as Outlaw. Catch get in the back and Oblivious. We got a lot of these boys, but it's going to be Feral versus Feral Hamburger. It's going to be opening up in bear form off the bat. Actual playing. Not a Feral, he's actually a Boomkin. Is going to go for big cooldowns right now with Lucid. Has a lot of resources he can build up, but Prox is just going to line away from him. Hamburger even pop Thorns. Can't quite catch up to Prox, and Prox is going to want to go for a full reset. I don't think the dots are going to let him. Does try to maybe get a restart onto Hamburger for a second. Is going to be popping into that incarnation. Big damage going to come out. Prox now popping while after his health is actually starting to go down little by little as the shield started to dissipate. Hamburger also playing the shield play style too. So that's going to be two big heals. And that's actually Prox continuing to use that COS trinket, which now pacifies and not only silences, just to help reduce the use of those for melee. Gonna be a short stun onto Prox as Hamburger is just trying to get away, getting caught out in a stun, and I think that bite is gonna finish him off. That's gonna be a Boomkin down, boys, and Giant Low is, I think, oh no, I was gonna say, is he letting Prox get a reset? No, it was actually a root for Prox, just to make sure it's like, stay, good boy. And Giant Low trying to see if he can AoE him out. Not gonna happen. Prox is gonna be able to establish his opener, beefing up his damage. Thorns coming out. So this is where Giant Low just simply cannot hit into him. And yet he is gonna pop his cooldowns instead, getting rooted, drinking it out of the root. His health actually super low, popping that rage regeneration just to stay afloat. That's gonna be Prox using Ripple in Space Essence in order to bail out with a big teleport. Ran one direction, boarded in the other to juke out Giant Low, even catching a reset without using Incarnation. Onto Giant, back-to-back stones to follow, getting a massive bite. That's probably going to be a root. Giant Low does roll the Crucible of Flame trade, but Essence, but is that going to be enough though? He's not even using it defensively, just using it offensively. Giant Low barely struggling to hang out, barely has any health left. It's going to try to Blaze Storm, try to see if it can hang an angle onto Prox. Not going to happen, won't be able to find him off the side, and it's going to be up to Oblivious, Obliv on his marksman, to figure out if he could deal with Prox. Prox is actually going to pick up the eyes immediately and get into Moonfire into Obliv just to take him out of stealth, and that's going to be Hunter's Mark coming out onto Prox. Going to get some kind of CC. Needs to go for a double setup. Is actually going to try to disengage around the corner. Not going to happen. Prox is actually going to poke out, see cooldowns, get back out of there. And Oblivious finding a scatter shot around the corner though. Going to be an aim shot onto Prox. Try to go for a war stop. Not going to happen. And now Prox is going to continue running. Back-to-back Swiftman is coming out for him. With the regrowth, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Oblivious. Checking it out of that bash immediately. Going to keep the kitty out in the open as best as possible. Keeping him slowed. Going to go for a knockback. And Prox is going to go for a power shift and back-to-back. Another aim shot connects. And that's actually quite a bit of damage. Freeze and trap to put him in place. Another aim shot to follow. Prox's health is actually not looking too good. Rapid fire to chase him away. Rapid fire able to hit through the wall. Prox is going to be able to take some damage from that, but not too much. Hibernate onto the pet. Scatter shot to keep him at bay. And Oblivious is going to max range himself away from Prox, trying to keep the damage rolling for as much as he can. As a marksman, he can only really get big damage whenever he gets aim shot. Prox is going to be using Ripple in Space to sneak behind Oblivious. Couldn't see where he was going to go. But he does have a long Ripple in Space. It's a 4-second instead of a 2-second. If it was a 2-second, he'd be able to move around a lot faster. Freeze the trap onto Prox. Hasn't used his trinket for this duel yet. Gonna be a double tap aim shot onto Prox, dropping him down to half health in a single global. That's gonna be Prox continuing to get his trinket procket onto Obliv. Regrowth coming out around the corner. Oblivious, without the pet stun like a Beastmaster Hunter survival, it is definitely going to be rough for him. Gonna get a trap, a tar trap onto Prox. He's gonna try to power shift around this. Enough time for the pet to get out of hibernate with a scatter shot to follow. Another aim shot getting loaded up, and it's gonna make sure to take a precision shot again, getting Prox to about half health, and it's gonna keep separating him far away, not letting him get his bleeds up and running. with that freezing trap. Gonna be another shield onto Prox, a massive shield to keep him afloat. You would think this guy's rested. Gonna be a feign death for a blip for a second. Does land a knockback onto Prox, but he does manage to get a bash, connecting shortly onto a blip. Once he gets the dots back up and running, as long as he gets the bleeds rolling, he'll have all these PvE gear procking onto from Prox onto a blip. Actually gonna be a trinket out of that scatter shot into a stun by a blip. Is gonna be able to land that aim shot in the intro freezing trap to separate him. But look at the Prox happening. A blip was just getting procced while he had Prox CC'd. A blip was getting procced on while MML, all his trinkets, all his pants, all this PvE gear were just proccing and doing damage to him. Catch could try to see he could swipe the Feral out of here. Dampening hitting it at about 5 minutes in. 1% starting to roll in. Can Catch can someone turn around? Prox is going to be popping big cooldowns here, and that's going to be Thorns on top of it. Does Catch have Reflect for it? Is going to use Bloodthirst in order to hit the kitty, but it's not going to go Hambo damage. It's going to try to see if he can reconnect and charge and ride at Prox. Prox does have a Ripple Space ready. Is Catch aware of it? And Prox is going to bail way out of it. Does Cat do a big leap? Try to charge. Does leap to try to connect to him. Not far enough of a leap as he wanted. Prox is going to get back in there. Almost disrupted the opener by the Feral, and Prox is more aware of that trinket. Every time it happens, he's just gonna try to get around the corner and just dodge the little strains of purple that happen with the Crucible trinket, the spike that goes up in the air. We don't actually see it, only he sees it. But as long as he can avoid that, he won't get pacified for 1.5 seconds or whatever, which hasn't been an issue for him so far. Another trinket coming in, and you see how he's kind of trying to corner around it. That's going to be Thorns. The Catch is going to go for a Reflect with a massive heal charge coming in off of Prox, getting a massive heal just to come back a little bit, and it's going to throw down a flame at Prox right now. Prox is going to be down on Thorns. Gachika needs to go on the offensive ASAP. He's kind of letting this Feral get resets. He's going to go for a short Blade Storm, trying to see if he can AoE him out. Does actually Whirlwind him out of there. So that's perfect. Gachika finally has this Feral up in front of him. Can finally go for maybe some big damage. Gonna be a trinket out of that root just to connect with Prox. Next bash could be it. Bash coming out, and Prox is setting up all the bleeds, trying to avoid his trinkets, not to get pacified while he's building a combo. It's another stun onto Gachika. Does he have a big bite ready for him? Gachika needs to start regenerating health. 10% dampening only sitting right now, who can still come back. Prox is finally taking quite a bit of damage with those Thorns. He's to disable Thorns ASAP, and Gachika actually was able to reflect a good portion of those Thorns. It would be better if he had Rampage, back-to-back Rampages during those Thorns, because the Rampage is a lot of little ticks of damage. Every one of those 6 would reflect back to Prox. It would have been big bursts of damage. That's going to be Prox pacified there for a second. Does pop a wall. I think it's the first time we actually see Prox popping a wall as a defensive normally. Just popping a wall just to make sure he's staying afloat. Gachika does get rooted for a second. Prox is going to have himself a heal, and that's going to be another restealth by the Feral. No, it is not. Gachika again denying the Feral openers. As long as he can hit him out before the rake connects, he'll be fine. But that's going to be a massive stun on Gachika. No trinket available. Going to get rooted out in the open. Bleeding on, procking on. And that's where Gachika is in a bad spot. This is exactly where Prox wants him. Fully dotted up, letting those PvE gear proc on him really hard, and just get himself a little bit of reset. Gachika looking to snag the eyes. Does he see the Feral? I don't think he even picked up the eyes yet. Might just want to mount up at this point. That's going to be a really big, really tough duel here. Feral healing equals one big choke. Dude, Feral's healing a ton right now. Oh, big leap for Gachika. Domo, how do you not AoE Prox out of there? He whirlwinded while he's leaping. That's going to be Thorns for Prox. Gachika needs to go for big damage. Does have a second in range regeneration. This duel has been going on for so long. Fear onto Prox to keep him in place for a second. Waiting out this roots for a moment. Prox has full dots onto Gachika. This is where the Prox for his gear used to happen. His name is Prox, and his ability and his gear Prox on Cat. It's like the worst name for everything. That's going to be Cat. Stuck in the open, rooted, fully bleeding. Commanding Shout coming out as the last bastion of defense. First stage tried to happen. Didn't even get a tick of that thing. And he is healing a little. Not really sure how he's healing. He was healing for a second. This way he had to go for a bit of AoE. Does get Prox out with Blade Storm into short Sun. Doesn't have the Thorns. That's going to be Reflect. Had it ready for a second. Reflect was up a little bit too early. And down he goes. Prox taking out Gachika, and last one is going to be Dirksbrine. 9 minutes into this duel, 24% dampening. Can Dirksbrine do anything as an Outlaw, which is, I would say, probably the worst spec of rogue to do it versus a Feral? That's going to be Prox bailing out of there with that ripple in space. Dirksbrine making sure to grapple up to him, trying to stay on the Feral as best as possible. Just can't let Feral get any kind of dots on him. Gonna be a pre-wall out of proc. Stun coming out by Dirksbine. Gonna be tricked out of both of these two as they try to get the damage out. Barry coming out for Dirksbine. Prox no longer has any walls, but it's going to go into Barry form just to power shift the slows and continuing to run. Dirksbine is melting and he hasn't even been hit. Prox put his bleeds on him once and he's just obliterated by these. Regross are coming in. Prox, is this just unkillable? Is it just any Feral? Because we have seen so many Pharaohs run PvE gear, and in these duels in particular, they're just impossible to defeat. Prox is definitely one of those Pharaohs who's way above in a whole nother class of Feral. But Jesus, that damage and that healing. Dirksbine trying to stay alive somehow. Does land a blind onto Prox. If he can somehow catch a full re-heal with sippy cups, he might be okay. Doesn't land the sap onto Prox. Has to go for some, but that's going to be thorns on Prox. And Dirksbine is just... Oh, he just left. Oh, he just left. Can you blame him? Can you really blame him? What is that healing? What is that healing? Why? Why do you heal so much? Why? Dude. Oh my god.